Hello dear Aries, I will tell you today's horoscope for August 9th, 2024. A message of love, hope and fortune awaits you. I know that heaven's blessings come for you. And the message for you on this day is the following. Hello dear Aries, I'll tell you today's horoscope. Don't waste time arguing with a partner or colleague, because no matter how hard you try, you won't be able to change their mind. Plan what you have to do and get to work. The family atmosphere will be a bit charged. Try to smooth things over. At work, the atmosphere isn't very good, but try to stay out of it. You'll have luck on your side and you can make a small profit. You'll have interesting opportunities and everything will depend on how you take advantage of them. Think carefully before spending money on something you don't need. Take advantage of your free time to go out with friends more, you'll have fun. The relationship with someone of the Scorpio sign that you know can be great and, perhaps, love will actually emerge. Destiny will reward all the efforts you've been making lately. The support of a friend can get you out of a quagmire you must trust. You feel good and want to do many things, don't stop. You will feel very good both physically and mentally, enjoy the moment. You are going through a very dynamic period and in very good health. When faced with something unexpected, proceed calmly. It is not the time to act impulsively, but to combine your emotions with common sense and react intelligently to embarrassing situations that may arise. You have been somewhat restless during these days, but remember that you are temperamental, and if you do not channel your impulses properly, you could find yourself involved in unpleasant scenarios. In love, wait a little before making a sentimental decision that forces you to break up with someone you love and start a new path, because today you could be impulsive and perhaps you would be acting based on an emotion of the moment. Phrase of the day, poor he who cries at night for the sun because he cannot see the stars. In health, if you do not know for sure the effects of a medication, do not use it without first consulting your doctor or a responsible pharmacist. You may apply something seemingly harmless to your skin that could cause damage. Follow the doctor's instructions if you are undergoing treatment and avoid quackery. At work, be careful with false illusions. If you leave a stable job that is currently giving you money and benefits for something fanciful and unlikely, you would be risking your present and compromising your future. Before taking such a step, you must be very sure. Money and fortune, right now, being is the planet that has to do with fortune, and Saturn is retrograde in your fire element, which warns you that you must be more careful with your money because you tend to get into debt and buy things that you don't really need. If this is the case, check and review your budget before incurring a new expense. Don't be discouraged by a temporary financial inconvenience. If you were expecting some money, check or payment, and it doesn't arrive on time, don't worry, it's probably a bureaucratic problem. It will soon pass and there will be new perspectives. Today's astral biorhythm, moderate sexual energy level. Cosmic dynamics that you should take advantage of, an encounter with someone who will make you reflect and give second opinions. Dangerous tendency, trying to impose your points of view on others, you should avoid imposing and authoritarian attitudes. Relationship prediction, this day things will go very well if your partner is a fire sign like yours and also with Libra and Gemini. The most tense relationship, be careful when arguing with Cancer. Your current compatibility with Fire, Aries, Leo and Sagittarius is very high, but not so much with Cancer and Scorpio, who are water signs. Do not let the problems that the people next to you have make you give up on an idea that you have had for a long time. It is likely that you will need the help of others to carry it out. If the work team that you are used to working with can't work, look for another. You have debts that you cannot pay at this moment with what you earn. Do not stop making attempts to manage to beat the bills that you have pending. Remember that you will always be faced with things that you will not be able to solve immediately. A very important person in your life needs wise advice and you can give it to them. It is not necessary to always go fast in life. It is always good that we test the ground we are treading. It is not necessary that we take everything in a hurry and go through the world without looking at what surrounds us. Love is built in ways that we never expect. It appears suddenly without us looking for it, and it also develops and matures naturally. It is something very mysterious in the life of human beings. So if today you receive a refusal from a person that you like, don't be discouraged. He won't be the last person you're going to meet. You'll probably have to go through this more than once. You should always keep in mind to give your partner the gratitude he or she deserves. It is likely that, like everyone else, you will have your bad days, so you need to realize that not all of us have the obligation to put up with everything from others. If you partner endure your ups and downs, give him a gift and all your love for it. If you are single, you will soon be in a totally new scenario for you that will attract love to your life. Today's universal number is 5. Next, your auspicious hours in matters of love, money and business are given according to Eastern European Standard Time, and you must adapt them to your national time: 6 a.m., 11 and 20 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 and 20 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. Lucky numbers and chance are 4, 18, 29 and 37. In the stage of adolescence, the Aries teenager loves to walk freely like a cat, to leave the house whenever he pleases. To calm the angry young man, you must be patient and show maximum love and care without bending. You cannot use in raising Aries techniques that degrade his dignity. Punishment must be fair, not immoral. Boring sermons about good behavior and emotional scolding are also not suitable. It is worth using positive methods of education, praising generously but only for the cause. To make an Aries boy an authority and a leader, parents must show strength and keep their promises. Very often these children are closer to communicating with the father. As for the family, the chosen one of the Aries man has to be a smart woman. Aries needs a real, sensual, and romantic girl. Otherwise, he will be disappointed, replaced by anger and indignation. In the end, he will leave the girl he does not like and change his status to actively looking for her. He does not usually fool the heads of several girls at the same time. This is not in his rules. He will not try to portray false feelings. Love for him is a sacred feeling. If he expresses it, make sure that he really loves. Aries is not suitable for a girl who is too correct as a monotonous life. Too modest is also not worth it because it repels him. He will be faithful and not even think about betrayal if you are the best in the world for him. To do this, a girl should always be taking care of herself and be a beauty not only physically, most importantly, she should be so inside. Your essence should also not try to take a dominant and imposing place and take the first steps. You should feel good about the achievements and advancement that you are presenting. Implementing an exercise routine and a diet rich in vegetables will help you a lot. Subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any video. A person you haven't paid enough attention to lately will let you know. At work, life is looking good, but don't trust completely. You must try to do your tasks in the best way possible since you are constantly being evaluated. Waiting for love can be tedious at times, but trust that this wait will bring a good person into your life. If you have a partner, this time together will make you feel better and can alleviate any sadness you are experiencing. If you have a debt related to a bank loan, it is time to start paying it off. It may present problems later on. If you are thinking of buying a property, today is a good time to do this. Don't do it in a hurry. Think carefully about the steps you will take for this important purchase. My dear friends, if you like our predictions, help us to be even better by becoming a sponsor of the channel. All you have to do is click the thank you button, and with your help we will continue to grow. Love will be at full speed today. Your attractiveness and power of seduction will be incredible, and so will the happiness that will overwhelm you if you are living with your partner, since the relationship will improve and will be pure passion and imagination. Singles, take care. Overflowing passion can be dangerous. Choose and write your affirmations consciously, asking only for what you need most, asking only for your true desires in order to extend permanent generosity in the search for success and universal abundance. Find a moment to stop today to live a few minutes of silence in a relaxed space. It is very necessary that today you listen to the silence and your inner request. Stop your train for a moment. Today a very busy day awaits you. So you'll do well to have a good breakfast to face an intense workday that can also be complicated by an unexpected task, as often happens. Also at home today you will have to encourage your family and lend a hand, perhaps you will even feel interested in organizing a dinner for your friends. Whatever it is, it will require effort, but the results will be worth it. An important person may also ask for your help, or will you be able to refuse to lend a hand if they need it? In the sentimental field, avoid letting work or other obligations that you believe are yours alone take a toll on a relationship that really works. You are missing out on a great time. Do not let yourself be carried away by emotional impulses when making a decision, because now, with the moon in transit through the sign of Scorpio and too many aspects influencing your emotional reality, you must be very careful when you say something in a moment of confusion. You are inspired, and that is beautiful. Follow the flow that surrounds you and you will see how well you will do in these next few days of August, in which your executive capacity and your way of seeing life will be put to the test, much more concrete than what you had dreamed. Well, now, your fantasy is adjusting to reality. A visit that you were not expecting is possible. Someone from your past is trying to get in touch with you. He or she has felt a sudden inspiration to revive the relationship, and it is worth giving yourself a second chance. Love may be knocking on your door today, and you should not harden your heart because everything is possible at this time. You have control of the situation in your hands, although you are not taking full advantage of it due to the insecurity that surrounds you and that you must overcome. You know how, in love has always occupied a preferential place in your life, and that is why it is so important that you do not neglect the small details, such as invitations, surprises, gifts without an apparent reason, and everything that contributes to your love life flourishing and advancing with sure steps within your sentimental reality. You will find an acceptable solution to the tense situation you are experiencing as a consequence of a destabilizing position of your ruler Mars, but happily soon the water will recover its level and your love life will flourish in this month of love. In health, cosmic energy tends to cause you worries and concerns that translate into stress and headaches. Hence the need you have to relax and not let external circumstances overwhelm you. Inactivity is very dangerous. You are spending too much time sitting behind your computer and you are not moving enough. Give your exercise its place, because the physical activity you do will be of great help to you in the future. At work, if your job is a small business or is based in your home, it is also favorable. Take advantage of this good streak and you will increase your earnings. Great for everything related to self-employment, sales, and commerce. Attention, Aries, do not ignore at any time the voice of your intuition that tells you what you should do with your money. When you feel prevented from acting in a hasty manner due to pressure from those around you, even if you have to leave home for some time, you will discover that it was all worth it, because your presence will be essential to obtain signatures and legal agreements related to your money. Prepare for a local trip that will be beneficial in economic terms. People of this sign tend to be very self-centered. They come first and then the rest of the world. However, it is very difficult for an Aries to recognize this defect when their environment makes complaints about their selfish attitudes. Natives of this sign defend themselves by claiming that they are not selfish, but that they simply care about themselves. It is a fire sign and, therefore, they tend to be people with a lot of energy and vitality. However, at many stages of their life they tend to waste that energy or have problems focusing all their attention on a single objective. Both Aries men and women tend to be impulsive, they act before thinking, and it is this characteristic that makes them make big mistakes. Although natives of this sign deny it, the reality is that they like to argue. They have a choleric and explosive temperament and, on many occasions, fights represent a way for them to release tension. They are not very rational people. They prefer to let themselves be carried away by their passions, their emotions, and their impulses, which can be either a great virtue or a great defect, depending on the occasion. They do not know how to lie. They are direct, sincere, and very frank, and the people around them must get used to them because no Aries will stop being one. A great challenge for Aries is to try to be more subtle to avoid hurting feelings and making great enemies. However, very few are those who manage to become more diplomatic when speaking. In general, natives of this sign are not great intellectuals. They cannot sit for long because they need to discharge the excess energy they have. For this reason, they usually excel in all sports. Exercise is vital for the balance of any Aries man or woman, and if they do not manage to channel energy through physical activity, they become very aggressive, and living with them becomes unbearable. Today, do not complicate things. You have to pay more attention to what is coming. You may be having some problems that will not give you what you want and will make everything you have advanced not be what you expected. For everything you are going through, you just have to calm down more. Success is guaranteed today for Aries, so you have many possibilities of getting things that you have been looking for a long time and that will greatly contribute to your life. Aries, do not doubt what you are achieving now. It is good for you at this time. You have stopped putting intensity and desire into the things you are doing, and it is beginning to show. At least your coworkers or your teachers, if you are in a period of study, are noticing it. Do not let this continue to happen. Recover the desire to get ahead and to strive for what you have chosen to do in life. Aries, don't doubt what you're achieving now. It's good for you at this time. You've stopped putting intensity and effort into the things you're doing, and it's starting to show. At least your coworkers or your teachers, if you're in school, are noticing it. Don't let this keep happening. Regain the desire to get ahead and to strive for what you've chosen to do in life. You're not looking at the person you've just met well. There's probably something they haven't told you or haven't explained to you well. You need to start asking the right questions if you want honest answers. It's not about someone who wants to hurt you, it's just that they have different versions of what needs to be made clear in the period of getting to know someone new. It's not good for you to stop responding to messages sent to you by the person you're dating. If you've decided not to see them anymore or you don't want to continue a relationship with that person for whatever reason, tell them to their face. You wouldn't like it if someone did something like that to you. It's a bad habit that society is increasingly adopting, without realizing that this leads them to lose human quality and social respect. In love, if you don't have a partner, today is a good day for you to go out and meet new people within your circles. You don't have the possibility of leaving behind the relationship patterns that haven't worked for you until now. It's better to try a complete change of scenery, and if you do it today, you could get a big surprise. Don't be afraid to do new things in love, to experiment with your partner, to get out of the routine. Propose a fun and original activity today that both of you can do, or a novel intimate game that helps you explore each other. When you have everything under control, if you have a partner, it's better to avoid those friends who have the same effect on you as energy vampires. You barely see them and feel unmotivated and sad. The things they tell you and the way they criticize you are so overwhelming. A break from toxic friendships is never a bad idea. Those who are in a relationship will have the ability to talk about their deepest desires with the person they love, and that is something they have been waiting to do for a long time because they have felt the distance between them for a while. That is why you have to do it today. In the workplace, creativity and talent are the key that will make this day something very special for Aries. You are highly regarded by your peers, whether at work or in school, so take advantage of this to stand out in front of your superiors and to take on some kind of greater responsibility. There will be some problems at work due to your lack of concentration on what you are doing. So it will not be a surprise to you if this is a comment made to you today. In terms of your well-being, if you do not know what to do with that resentment that has been left with you, it is time to get rid of it. That feeling has its reason in that it moves us to demand a restoration for a damage, but if you want to avoid that person, there is no problem. You can forgive her without her knowing and free yourself from her influence. And this was the horoscope of the day for you. Consider subscribing if you liked it. I hope this reading has helped and brightened your day. Blessings.